is that we need to unite and cooperate with one another, even without the PAP. Then we will have good life. I mentioned that we don't need VVIPs. Who do we call the VVIPs? That is the President, the Prime Minister, the MM, SM, and Minister to run. We still are able to run without the VVIPs. The moment we have no VVIPs, this saves a lot of the taxpayers' money. And we can use this money to do a lot of more beneficial things for Singaporeans. To look after the welfare of Singaporeans. And later, when we go without them, we can cut down taxes gradually. As you know, they don't really do the groundwork. Who are the people who do the groundwork? All the actual paperwork and daily running are all done by the workers and civil servants. So, do we really need them to run Singapore? I also mentioned how much our leaders are actually drawing need to be verified and controlled. That's why we need check, transparency, and accountability. These are important. At the moment, do we have them? Actually, the MPs we voted them into the parliament, they are supposed to propose better bills and proposals to change our lousy laws and to improve our system. So, have they fulfilled their duties as MPs so far? No. Are you happy with the present laws? No. Do you think we have to improve most of our present laws? Yes. Can we change our laws? Yes. Here you say yes, but I have to say very sad, we can't change our laws for the present situation. You know why we can't change? Because I found out that our laws need 2/3 parliament votes. Then a bill proposed can pass through and become law. So it means that we must have 70% parliament seats taken up by alternative parties. Then we can rectify and change and improve those lousy laws presently. Now we only have 7 seats by Workers' Party out of about 90 parliament seats. Only 7 seats. Only 7 seats. So you tell me how to change? We can't change. So that's why we have to be very smart in voting. We have to vote wisely. It must be at least 70 or more, then we can change our law. That means at least 63 parliament seats must be taken by other alternative parties and leave only less than 25 seats for PAP. Then we can proceed for checks, transparency and accountability. Yes. Then we can have true democracy. Then we can stop abuse of power, legal and illegal corruptions. Then we can revoke our laws. Then we can get back our CPF at 55. For those rich ones, I know you are not affected by the CPF, not able to withdraw. But we will appreciate if you could spare a thought for those poor, lower and average income Singaporeans. To us, we do not earn much, and therefore we don't have much cash in hand after working all these years. So CPF is what we look forward to when we are old and we can't slog anymore. So everybody, we know our problems, but what causes the problems? We have to look into the cause of the problems. And what is the cause of our problems? That is our laws. So we have to change our laws. To change our laws, we have to vote more than 70% other parties into the parliament. Then we can change the law. So must we really need to vote wisely? People who are passionate and their mindset wanted to be a MP is to look after the welfare of the people, not after the high salaries. Then they are the right people to be in the parliament to serve Singapore and Singaporeans. Good leaders do not need high salaries to tell them how to act responsibly. Only the greedy baddies will act irresponsibility, and despite their high salaries. Also, the MP should be at least 3 days a week serving the constituency. As we are aware, there are many issues to look after. It will be benefit to the people if the MP is a full-time MP. Another obstacle we are facing, do we have many Singaporeans willing to come out and join as an alternative candidates for the coming election? We need at least another 56 candidates to enter into parliament. Residents should recommend and propose their own people, your neighbors, to represent them as MPs if they know who has potential as their representative in parliament. You know, like those Singapore Got Talent or Superstar. If you have this thinking, you push your own people up to become an MP into the parliament, they will be the one who will be able to help you out, okay? Or if you think you are good enough, you can be a good MP, step out, join any alternative party that you think you are comfortable with and you think is a good party to serve, then join in and be a MP. Another alternative is that you can pull your own people to form a new party, or you can stand alone to fight inside, to be inside the parliament, to say what you want, what is good for Singapore and Singaporeans, to try to change the rules that we have now. Another obstacle is that we are facing is all these alternative candidates willing to come out to stand for the coming election. Are Singaporeans willing to give them a chance to serve us? This is very important. Without your vote, they cannot enter. They cannot serve you. So ask yourself, are we giving them a chance? And also, talking about the present one that can't serve us well, why don't we give others a chance to serve us? At least they are inside to make up the 70% to cast their votes to change the lousy laws that we have now. The moment the laws cannot be changed, the moment if we have 70% of the other parties inside, we can change our law, our lives will be better. Or else cannot change, so motto maintain, game over. And we will still continue to sing. Okay, talking about the solution of these bills to become law. Before any bill or proposal that brought up should be based on voting before implementing. When a bill or proposal is brought up before the deadline, the MPs need to hold the genuine open dialogues with all the residents of their respective constituency to discuss, not in a hiding room or somewhere only some people can go in, not everybody can enter. I think this is ridiculous. Kaki kong kaki tia. Many heads are better than one head. This is important because it must be done to see any other consequences will incur, especially that do not benefit the welfare of the Singaporeans and Singapore. It's good to hold this at their own town stadium, right, or multi-purpose hall. Like already, like now, everybody speak up, ask questions, give solution. Is a very good idea. Then they will bring back to the parliament to conduct discussion and feedback. Then they do the ballot. So in this manner it's fair because a secret ballot by them, they are not being threatened. And they really do serve the people in that manner. And what happened? If the law has been changed, then the respective department must act according to the change of laws. Therefore, people must vote wisely if you want who to represent you. And make sure that there is no abuse of power. And justice and equality will be implemented. So please, all of them, vote wisely this coming election. topic that I'm going to talk about is that people are worried if PAP is not the ruling party, can